FoodPrints.
FoodPrints.
The FRESHFARM FoodPrints program.
FoodPrints.
FreshFarm FoodPrints, which is for preschool through 5th grade. Kids are incredibly receptive to the message. So you know what's great about this is that we have students who love to come to school because they know they're going to have FoodPrints.
I feel really lucky that I love cooking, so whenever it's time for class, I'm like, okay, ready, can't wait to cook this stuff.
So being able to engage students and parents in these cooking sessions within FoodPrints classes is translating to kids and parents cooking together outside of the program.
There are kids there and they're so proud. They're like, oh, Mr. Burst, do you want to plate? I mean, and it works, and they're so happy to give their food and to show what they've done.
Well, it gives them a chance to explore in a calm, nurturing environment. It also teaches them empathy because they're caring for the garden, they're caring for plants.
What we do is we harvest and we cook, we try new things, and we also learn. The kids absolutely love it.
We're using social media to teach FoodPrints, which is super cool because this reaches a huge, wide swath of our families and community members.
Parents are asking me now, hey, Principal Jenkins, what's up with FoodPrints for next year? What is it going to look like? You know, that was so important.
Just seeing a kid learn and know that they're eating healthy food and that they've learned to love it, that's all I need to know.
If anybody is watching this and they're thinking, man, I could do something like this, you could. You totally could.
I'm Jen Mompara. I'm the Director of Education at FreshFarm, the nonprofit in Washington, D.C., and we're here today in the Watkins Garden. FoodPrints is FreshFarm's food education program. Our program provides food education as part of the core curriculum at the schools that we partner with. We help schools establish teaching kitchens where students go to learn. We help schools establish productive vegetable gardens that students can be directly engaged in. And we provide staff at the schools that help run sessions in those spaces. Similar to how schools have music teachers or PE teachers, we put a food teacher in the school, and they run programming on a regular basis for students to help them learn to recognize what real food is, where it comes from, and how choosing to eat those foods can really benefit not only their own health, but the health of the planet.
As a FoodPrints teacher, I teach kids how to cook, how to grow food, and how to appreciate eating a diet rich with healthy fruits and vegetables. FoodPrints focuses a lot on social, emotional learning for students, and we do that through teamwork activities. We also talk a lot about our feelings in FoodPrints. We're always trying to foster a sense of community, and I think that eating and hanging out together really helps with that.
I love my job because I make people excited about eating veggies. And I get so much positive feedback from the teachers, the staff, the students, the parents. Say, thank you, you have, changed my life.
FreshFarm and FoodPrints have been a part of 2 USDA farm-to-school grants. The way the program typically operates is that every student at each of our partner schools, each of their classrooms has a FoodPrints session every month. And during that session, their classroom teacher comes along with the class to learn with them, to help connect to what they're doing in their classroom. Parents come to help chaperone what's going on in the classroom, and they learn along with their students. Then during those sessions, students do 4 things. They work in their school garden, they cook with produce from their school garden, but also supplemented by a lot of produce from our farmers markets. They eat all together, and then there's academic content that's woven in based on what part of the curriculum they're learning that day.
We've really seen with students that their excitement in the classroom is really translating into high levels of knowledge of and preferences for the vegetables that they're growing in their school gardens. And so in our 2018-2019 evaluation, we did a pre and post study of students, and we found over 80% of students across different FoodPrints schools are expressing high levels of preferences for vegetables featured in the program. They're saying they really like sweet potatoes, kale, spinach, lettuce, those vegetables that they're growing in their school gardens.
When we harvest kale, my favorite thing to say with the kids is kale, yeah. So they'll all get their own piece of kale and they'll hold it up and they're like, kale, yeah. It's so satisfying just to have them a part of that.
We're working to provide this program over time in every school that wants to have it, because our children need to have experience with and knowledge about what real food is. We see it across our communities. The children are more likely to have diabetes now, to be overweight now, and a good diet is the solution for this.